Welcome to the My AZ Lawyers Law Firm podcast. We provide information about what you can expect from the entire bankruptcy process and how to use bankruptcy protection to achieve your financial goals. Our law firm has experience successfully representing Arizona clients throughout the entire bankruptcy process, and we are able to assist you in getting a fresh financial start. This podcast series is reviewed and approved by attorney Candace Callan.
In this episode, we'll share essential tips for filing bankruptcy in Arizona in 2025. Despite seeming to pass instantly and last way too long at the same time, 2024 has drawn to a close and the new year is upon us. As every issue that has been plaguing our country for generations comes to a head, Americans also face a cost of living crisis that can quickly create serious financial problems. More people than ever live paycheck to paycheck. All it takes is one unexpected medical bill, fender bender, being the victim of a low-level crime, or even simple bad luck for a person to begin accruing debt that becomes almost irreversible. At this point, creditors can take actions that will make it harder and harder for the debtor to regain control of their financial situation. If the creditor pursues a wage garnishment, they can automatically take a quarter of the debtor's paycheck until the debt is repaid, which can cause them to fall behind on other bills. If the creditor repossesses the debtor's vehicle, they could lose their job, fail their classes, etc. This is a vulnerable position to be in, and some companies will take advantage of this fact by selling debt relief options that only increase debt when bankruptcy is a more effective option. Want to pause the clock on creditors and potentially clear debts in one fell swoop? Our Arizona bankruptcy firm offers skilled representation with flexible payment plan options. You can learn more about the process of declaring bankruptcy with our firm with a risk-free phone consultation. First, let's explore how the timing of your bankruptcy could impact your tax refund. If your budget is tight, a few hundred or even $1,000 from a tax refund could be a huge deal for you and your family. Receiving your tax refund could help you afford expenses like vehicle maintenance and repairs, medical checkups and treatments, and other basics necessary for a comfortable standard of living. But you should also be aware of what could happen to your tax refund if you declare bankruptcy. Arizona does not have an exemption that bankruptcy debtors can specifically use to protect their tax refunds. It also doesn't offer a wildcard exemption that the debtor can use on any asset of their selection, nor does it allow debtors to use the federal exemptions, which offer a wildcard exemption. The trustee has authority to take a certain percentage of a debtor's post-bankruptcy tax refund. This is how the trustee gets paid. The amount the trustee can take depends on the month of the year in which the bankruptcy petition was filed. So hypothetically, if a debtor filed their bankruptcy in January, the trustee could take 1/12, but if the debtor filed their case in July, the trustee could take 7/12. A debtor anticipating their tax refund may want to file their case as early as possible to reduce how much can be taken by the trustee. Another option would be to wait until receiving and spending the tax refund on reasonable purchases before filing for bankruptcy. For tips on which types of purchases to make to spend your tax refund before filing for bankruptcy in Arizona, call us for a free consultation with our firm. Now, be prepared to lose your credit cards and steer clear of certain pre-bankruptcy credit card spending. Many people considering filing for bankruptcy don't realize that it doesn't only clear their credit card debts, but the ability to use credit cards in general until the case is complete. A bankruptcy debtor loses all of their credit cards upon filing for bankruptcy, regardless if they were current on their monthly bill. There is no picking and choosing which debts are cleared and which can stay. If you have points and other benefits saved up, you should use them to your benefit as much as possible before filing your petition. You can apply for new credit cards carefully after your case has been discharged. This is approximately 3 to 6 months for Chapter 7 debtors and 3 or 5 years for Chapter 13 debtors. A bankruptcy filing at the start of the year means that your holiday spending might affect the dischargeability of your credit card debts. Your bankruptcy trustee will be reviewing your credit card statements for luxury purchases and cash advances. These are valuable assets not considered necessary to daily living that theoretically could be contributed to pay off your bankruptcy debts. And if your credit card statements reflect recent cash advances, This could create suspicion that you have a stash of cash at home that isn't protected by exemptions. Avoid cash advances of more than $1,100 in the 70-day period before filing your bankruptcy petition. You should also avoid luxury purchases exceeding $850 in the 90-day period before your filing. Luxury purchases are those not necessary to maintain a reasonable standard of living, which can sometimes mean choosing designer brands over generic for items that are otherwise necessary. Surpassing these restrictions can result in you remaining liable for these debts after your bankruptcy discharge. It can also draw stricter scrutiny to other issues in your bankruptcy petition. Finally, it's essential to avoid making preferential payments and transfers. If you believe that you will be filing for bankruptcy in the new year, now is not the time to repay friends and family in favor of your other creditors or transfer valuable assets to them that could be lost if you file. Sometimes potential bankruptcy filers come to us with the idea of transferring a second vehicle that isn't protected by Arizona's bankruptcy exemption to a sibling or friend. Lawmakers didn't miss these types of potential loopholes when writing the bankruptcy code. The trustee assigned to your case will be reviewing your financial information to make sure that you didn't make any such transfers in preparation for your bankruptcy filing. If the trustee catches these kinds of transfers, they have the authority to claw back payments and transfers, or you could be left to compensate your bankruptcy estate for that amount. This can be embarrassing and awkward at a minimum, or even be fatal to your bankruptcy case. Remember, preparation is key. Get ready for your 2025 bankruptcy filing with the help of our Arizona bankruptcy team. Many people already view the new year as a fresh start, and this will only become more true if you discharge your debts through bankruptcy. You should always take advantage of time to prepare if you foresee a legal matter on your horizon. Although special filings are available for emergencies, thoroughly planning your bankruptcy is the best way to avoid issues throughout your case. Get the most out of your bankruptcy filing and make 2025 the year of your best financial decisions yet. Want to learn more about Arizona bankruptcy law, changes coming in 2025, and everything else you need to know to make your case run smoothly? Learn more about your Arizona bankruptcy options with your free consultation. Call us at 480-470-1504 or visit us online at myazlawyers.com.
Thank you for listening to the My AZ Lawyers Law Firm podcast. Whether you feel prey to a credit card with hidden fees and a high interest rate, or misfortune has taken your job, family, or health, declaring bankruptcy may be the answer to your problems. If you're thinking about declaring bankruptcy in Arizona, do not hesitate to call our experienced attorneys.